What is up, Cinepals? I am Jabby Coe, joined by Andrew Flash Gordon.
What's up?
We are continuing on with DERRY Girls. This is Season 1, Episode 4, Quattro. Thanks so much for joining us. If you're watching this on YouTube, you'll see a cut-down version of our reaction because we can only show you a limited amount of picture-in-picture. But if you want to watch the whole thing with us, no cuts, no interruptions, head over to our Patreon page, patreon.com/JabbyCoe, or become a member of this channel where you get access to the full uncut reaction, but you'll need your own Netflix subscription so you can open up each episode in an adjacent window to our reaction. We'll give you a 3-2-1 countdown sync, and it'll be like you're watching with two of your favorite pals from the internet. Now, if you're watching this on Patreon or memberships already, thanks so much for supporting us here. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, bell icon, all notifications, and pretty please vote this up. Let YouTube know you're enjoying what you're watching. You're like just turning blue as the episode goes on. Why did Andrew pass out?
A reading from the Holy
Did you watch Chernobyl on HBO?
I have not.
It's intense.
Her family probably don't even own a camera. They have some pretty cracker stuff where she comes from too. And oh, really? Like what? Disease? Poverty? You can get this wee woman made of wood, right? You pull her apart, and inside her there's an even weer wood.
Oh, the Matryoshka.
You talking about Russian dolls?
Matryoshka dolls.
What are you doing? Taking a change. Sarah, you don't get change. Just winked.
Sure, winking's not a main notion, Mary. What would I have to be winking about?
I don't know. I'll find out.
This is
Why would she have a problem with him winking at anybody?
sister.
Lovely job so far, Seamus, but you know, keep it moving. Rawhide's on in 15 minutes. Now, one might well question the wisdom of sending you here, of all places. Out of the frying pan into the, well, maybe not the fire, but certainly a different type of frying pan. Or some sort of wok. Don't worry yourselves too much about the whole civil war, sectarian conflict carry on.
This guy, the entire time, that dude was holding that look. Even in the wide shots.
He was committed.
You don't have news in the Ukraine. You don't have televisions.
Yes, we do.
No, you don't.
We do.
Really?
Of course.
Aaron, stop hogging the Russian.
Your name sounds a bit like calf.
God, I saw it does.
You don't know a Jack McGinley, do you? Moved to Moscow.
Why would she know that?
Seriously.
No,
Stocky fella.
no,
Curly hair, bit of a lisp.
I do not know this person.
Her Ukrainian accent sounds very Irish to me.
Your ma said we could come up and have a look at the Russian. I've been thinking, maybe time for me to lose the rest of my virginity.
The rest of my virginity.
I'm very sorry for all your trouble. You know, the whole at the power plant.
Okay.
At the power plant.
Who is this?
Oh, that's just James.
You are handsome and also sexy.
Is her English not great?
Yeah. Whoa.
Is he enjoying it?
It's hard to tell.
Well, if he's not enjoying it, isn't that sort of sexual harassment?
And when Erin finished reading me her poetry, she showed me some old walls.
I showed you the walls. I showed you the city walls. And they are nothing short of spectacular. Shay Harkin was telling me you were in Duggan's bakery yesterday lunchtime.
I was visiting a friend of mine.
What friend? Buying cream horns for his fancy woman, Sarah. What do you think of that?
We met at the Stations of the Cross.
Which station?
Jesus falls for the second time. Just get on with it, so.
That's her name, is it?
Yes, that's right.
What the hell?
It was only a friendly wink.
There is no such thing as a friendly wink.
Is there not?
Our poor mother is barely cold.
Oh my God.
And you're straight back out there, winking away.
You're out there winking away.
You happy now?
All he was doing was defending him.
I just find her about I have a fringe and cigarettes and opinions, and she's also about, you know, I hate walls, and she's just oh, the grateful little peasant girl you ordered, yeah. Incoming ride, I repeat, incoming ride. Hi, everyone. This.
She got him like a dog.
Is he tied to you?
Yeah, he kept wandering off.
God.
How'd you have a playlist for tonight then?
I'll need the sound system set up by 7. Is your band playing at this time tonight?
Oh no, Christ, no. I just do a wee bit of DJing at the side, make a bit of extra cash. Waka waka cha-ching.
I think this party would be really great for Katja. Help bring her out of her shell a bit.
Well.
What is it? Gotta know. Oh my god, the soundtrack to the show is awesome, dude.
Listen, I think James might be in real trouble. Right. Struggling to give a shit, if I'm honest.
What is cat deal?
I don't know. Why?
I must give.
I used to be obsessed with this song as a kid.
Girls. Have you got a Union Jack splashed across your tits, Claire? I'm making a point. Why can't you just be fucking normal?
Oh my god.
The chocolate fountain.
Has anyone seen our Tim? I untied him for his toilet privileges half an hour ago and now I can't find him. What?
I died.
I think Katia is planning on taking James's virginity tonight. I found condoms in her bag. Actual condoms.
Oh, good.
It's our song. Oh, she doesn't love him. She's just using him so she can't do James. He's not a pastime or a plaything.
I love that they're doing this dance committed while having this dialogue.
Why could they bring her here? And our mother's home.
Your mother never lived in this house.
Shut up, Terry.
These are my daughters. That's Mary, and this is Sarah.
I'm Mary's husband, Jerry. We're Mary and Jerry, and we're living in Derry.
I just want to let you know, Maeve. We'll never call you Mammy.
Okay.
And I just want to say, that is a cracker blow dry.
Chasing him. This guy's so weird looking.
Let's stop playing these games.
Look, I don't want any trouble. I'm begging you. Just leave me alone, please.
Are you suddenly Irish?
Are they all Irish?
Well, you did say earlier you thought you sounded Irish, didn't you?
I'm just going to say it. I think Katia is planning on having sex with you tonight.
I know.
He's happy.
She told me to have some food first. Apparently, sex uses up a lot of energy.
He's all suave now. He's all pimping.
She's just using you.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't care.
Favor us sinners now at the hour of our death. Amen.
Unbelievable.
Jammy Dodger.
What's a jammy dodger? All the food they mentioned, like some of them I don't know about. I'm very curious. I guess we have to go to Ireland to find out.
You're gonna see Michelle.
Is there?
What is going on? Trying to sort Clive out? Clive? Who's Clive? I know what you're up to.
I'm not up to anything. I should be up to something, but I can't find the person I'm supposed to be up to it with because this place is like a f***ing mess.
You'll scare Clive.
Who's Clive?
Clive is a wee prod from East Belfast. Clive came back from Ibiza, got on the wrong bus at Aldergrove Airport, then fell asleep.
I just want to go home.
She won't let me leave.
Here we are.
Thank God. Whatever you do, don't slag off the Pope. We're outnumbered.
Golly.
No longer want to do sex?
No, I do want to do sex. I really, really want to do sex.
Come.
You disgust me. I mean, I know you're desperate, James, but paying for it.
What?
You really thought
What the actual cock are you talking about?
I'm talking about the fact that she's a prostitute. First, she comes on to James here. What would possess her? All night, we Ukrainian fellas have been coming up and giving her money they owe her.
Like to buy Jenny present to thank her for a nice party.
Oh, damn.
Right, okay.
It's not only you insult me, but you've also spoiled Jenny's surprise.
I think you should leave.
Damn. You've ruined all of that. Oh, and the boy, he wants something to do with her either. Oh, no. Why is he going? I would have stayed.
Really want to go to Jenny Joyce's house, do you, love?
Yes, I do. Good for you, Mr. Joe. She is hot and you're not dead.
Just answered to him.
Like a chauffeur.
We're just not ready, Joe. Maybe see you in Mass then, eh?
Aye.
That sucks.
That Maeve away. Mary and Sarah will come round eventually, Joe. It's just hard for them to see you with somebody else.
Piss off, Jerry.
2 nice interactions was 2 nice too many.
And they're right. You were perfect.
That was a very, very cool episode. I mean, it was still funny. Like, it was still really funny. There's a lot of ha-has, but it was sort of migrating into the territory of making us think about, just reflecting a bit about what we sort of take for granted as gospel truth. And it's sort of been playing with real world stuff from the beginning, where like the bus stopped and there was like the military guys getting on there because it's set during this conflict going on. She's having an existential crisis to the point that she goes all the way to the point of wearing a Union Jack shirt, which in that area I can imagine it's probably a really, really bad look. It's like being at a football game between like, I don't know, the Raiders and the 49ers or something, and you're like on the opposite side team wearing, you know what I'm saying? The counter jersey. Yeah. It's like you're fixing to get beat up. And so to take it that far because of this new thing that she believes in an effort to abandon all former held notions is very interesting. And it's like it's played for the sake of laughs while also making you think. It's not often you see stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree. And I also like the side plot too, where the two daughters were just not accepting of their father going out with another woman. And my dad was a single parent for years, so I could understand that sentiment. But again, I like the point you make where, it's being funny while also making you think and being relatable at the same time. So it's got three different things that, that we can all relate to. I like seeing them have two nice, quick interactions where they actually they agreed with each other. Well, actually, Jerry always agreed.
Jerry's a very agreeable person.
Yeah,
he's very nice.
Yeah, he's very nice. But he was going on the date with Maeve. He was defending the dad, and the dad still kept giving him crap. I said, "Look what you did." Those are some of my favorite interactions. But it was nice to see them get two nice moments, and then he's like, "Piss off, Jerry."
I'm wondering how far that's going to go, because the dad, I would imagine, has to come around at some point. I mean,
with Jerry.
Yeah, with Jerry. I feel like, in typical sitcom fashion, he wouldn't. It would be like this sort of constantly held tension because it's funny. But in a show like this, with dramatic arcs and whatnot, I feel like at some point he's going to come around to him and be nicer to him. Because Jerry is steadfast in his character of just being this nice guy who's very helpful. But he even got bossed around by that Russian for a fleeting moment where she threw her bag at him and just walked out with her.
Ukrainian.
Or sorry, the Ukrainian. Yeah.
Sorry, I just wanted to be...
It's even more important to make that discernment or distinguishment now than ever because of what's going on in the world. There's a huge lesson to be learned here with Erin is kind of a control freak, at least in this episode, and her effort to make things go a particular direction just made everything way worse. And the lesson here, I feel like, is that sometimes you just have to observe and let things play out and see where it heads, because it may not be as bad as you think it's going to be. In fact, your participation in trying to force things a particular way will end up making you the bad guy. That's actually a very interesting lesson that I feel like I've had to learn a couple of times in my own experiences.
I also thought it was hysterical how, Jenny and then even Erin and her family were treating the Ukrainians. They were some kind of pets. They're like, "Oh, you have the Russian for a sec, it's Ukrainian," but and then how she had him leashed down. It just I've actually had foreign exchange students come and live with us at times where I was younger. So again, just this show's very relatable to me. But I don't remember us, and obviously this show is made for laughs, so obviously I wasn't trying to be funny. But I don't remember even at my age thinking oh, we have a pet here now. I thought this was hysterical how they approached that, and I love how they made her that she was attracted to James, and everyone's like, how could you be attracted to James? He's English, he's not even good looking. Just so many laughs in this.
It speaks to our ignorances as people, right? one will find unattractive in one part of the world that they will find totally attractive in another part of the world, and that's totally a thing. Chara's told me, but I don't know if she's going to be uncomfortable with me bringing this up, but her body type is not the typical body type you will find in Thailand, and so she had actually struggled quite a bit in Thailand as a model, but then she moves to the States and her body type is actually quite accepted. In fact, it's praised. And so it's just interesting when you have that sort of dichotomy in terms of the way people look at you and whatnot. And just being this foreigner brought in from a situation like Chernobyl, you're looked at as this sort of object, as like you said, like a pet, as opposed to a human being.
Yeah.
And I think that we actually all kind of collectively are guilty of that in some way sometimes throughout our lives, especially when we're learning and broadening our horizons. We end up kind of looking at a person with this as almost like an object to be adorned or admired or studied, as opposed to just that's a human being, if that makes any kind of sense. Hopefully I'm making sense in articulating this thought. That was really cool as a thing to highlight, because we often don't know when we're being ignorant, because it's an ignorance. We have no idea until we stumble and fumble, and it's oh, and then we're it's sort of shoved in our face, you're being ignorant. It just kind of catches you off guard, and it's uncomfortable. You know, like when Erin was being told her letters are boring. She's like, they're not boring, they're a riot, or whatever she said. Sometimes these are like hard lessons to learn, and you don't want to because it's a sort of, it feels like a rejection of yourself on some level as opposed to an evolution of yourself because you're learning and growing as an individual and coming into adulthood, if that makes any sense. So
yeah.
Hopefully I'm getting this across better. I really liked where this episode went. I still had fun. I still thought it was, you know, it was really funny still. But I do like the introduction of some of these concepts and conversations that force us to like kind of reflect a little bit while keeping the train moving. Because like over here, you can get kind of bogged down in our cinema with like really driving a point home and really like it's like that woke culture thing kind of like really shoving its way into your story. It'll feel like it's taking over the story as opposed to just being kind of part of it in a fun way. And they managed to, for lack of a better word, because it has a negative connotation to it, they managed to make the agenda integrated into this story in a fun way that didn't feel like it was distracting from the greater narrative. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys did too. I'm Jabby Kouay. This is
Andrew Flash Gordon.
Peace out.